Hello again, Gills fans, and welcome back to Gills in the Blood TV. And we are back with match previews after a few weeks off due to unforeseen circumstances. Rochdale at home Saturday, Boz. They arrived second bottom, I think. Been quiet apart from that though, and obviously we've not had a game for a couple of weeks since New Year's Day, that great win at Charlton. So we've got the Medway Messenger, so we'll have a quick look through that and then look ahead to Saturday, a little bit of team predictions, etc., score predictions. But first, transfer news, there's not really a lot, is there, to be honest, at the moment. It's very quiet. We've been linked to a couple of non-league strikers. I can't even recall the names, to be honest.
I don't see any reason to do that. We've got Nash, who is a non-league striker. We're taking a chance with.
No, I don't think it's of any benefit to us. We could end up in the same situation where they come in, play a couple of times as a substitute, and then we have to send them on loan.
Yeah,
we won't be able to, will we? So we've got Liam Nash that can do that. We've got Greg Cundall. We've got Josh Parker, we've got Tom Eves, we've got Connor Wilkinson, we've got Elliot List that can play there if need be. Just for me, if we're going to get a striker, and it's got to be someone who's League One pedigree, I think, that's going to score us and improve us, which is what Steve Lovell said. Two bits of news today regarding ex-Gillingham players. One of my old mates. First one was Billy Knott, has gone to Saturday's opponents on loan. Interesting one for me. A career that seems to have stalled, unfortunately, for Billy Knott.
Yeah, it's almost a case of what might have been, isn't it?
Massively. I mean, when he arrived at us, we thought, he's come home. Yeah, it was a massive signing for us when we got him in that summer, and we thought, yeah, really good, but it didn't work out for one reason or another. Justin Edinburgh didn't rate him. Aidy Pennant quickly shifted him out to Lincoln. In fairness to Billy, I know he went to Lincoln City and they was in the middle of a great run, a cup run, so why would the Cowley brothers play him straight away? They weren't going to upset the apple cart.
Well.
They weren't going to pick him straight away when they've got midfielders that are playing well in a good side. But obviously he's had a whole pre-season there now and he still can't get in the team, it seems. So I mean, I've not kept a close eye on him.
The comments I was reading earlier was that they don't really use their midfielders. Their fans are saying they just tend to hoof it.
So it tends to go from back to front quite quick,
they don't really
which
use
maybe doesn't suit his game then. But he's been there, well, a year effectively now, isn't it? And he's not really cemented a place in the side for one reason or another. So, but he's stepped back up into League One, so it's probably a better move for him.
Yeah.
And back up north, so we'll see how he goes. But the one that really cheered me up this morning, it's that time of the year, so there's plenty of in-the-know transfer pages that suddenly start popping up in between revising for their GCSEs, I'm sure, with half of them. Apparently, Gills are in the market for Emmanuel Osadebe of Cambridge.
And let's leave it at that.
And we'll stop there because it's surely an absolute nonsense. But that's it. That's all we've got in terms of rumours. There's nothing else at the moment, I'm afraid. Obviously, Steve Lovell's spoken about. We've got the paper here. Lovell is looking to bring 2 or 3 new faces in during the month-long transfer window. He said there could possibly be one in reference for Saturday. That is what we are hoping for, and something could be happening. If not, it's this week though. Hopefully 2 or 3 people will be in before the end of January. It's only the 12th.
I said to you earlier, there's a lot of overreactions on Twitter.
Exactly.
It is a bit frustrating because teams around us are strengthening, but at the same time, if we go and bring in 5 or 6, well, we're not rock bottom. Do you know what I mean? We don't need a massive influx of players.
And in the case of Steve Lovell, he's damned if he does and he's damned if he don't. So if he comes in and gets them all in early, and then someone else becomes available who's better, everyone will go, oh, why did we get it done so quick? Yeah. If we leave it right till the end, everyone are going to say we're panic buying or whatever. So I'm sure Steve Lovell knows what he's doing. So Sean Clare's the big one. I think he's the name on everyone's lips. It seems that he wants to come back in some capacity, and it seems that we would definitely want him. So it's up to Sheffield Wednesday, I suppose. The ball's in their court. Scott Wagstaff is fit for Saturday. Bit of team news now. He has returned to the squad, and Bradley Garmston, who apparently was very impressive at Charlton, which was great to see, got 70 minutes, has been training all week. So the only other one was Elliot List, who was ill, and he's back in full training. So it looks like...
I think Lovell said in his press conference today there's been some illness in the group, didn't they?
Yes, and another little bit here. It says Lovell's biggest injury concern ahead of the weekend was striker Tom Eves nursing a knee injury following the New Year's Day victory at Charlton, but there was no mention of it when we saw him Monday, so he didn't seem to be limping or anything like that. So fingers crossed he'll be fit. I'm sure he'll be absolutely fine. Inside, I thought I'd missed the chance on managing Gillingham. That's the big headline. Steve Lovell talks about thinking his time had passed when Aidy left and Peter Taylor got the job again on a caretaker basis, and he says literally within minutes of having that conversation with his wife, he got the phone call to say that Peter Taylor had left and the job was his until the end of the season, or, well, it wasn't on the end of the season then, but it was on an interim basis, and we haven't looked back since, which is great. Eve's on the right course. In terms of previous fixtures, last season at home we beat them 3-0. Can't remember the first goal scorer. I think it was Cody McDonald, and then Jet and Mark Burns scored late on to put a bit of gloss on the final scoreline. But I think generally we got a good record at home against them.
Yeah.
Was it the season before we won at home and their keeper got sent off?
Didn't Keith Hill have 2 red cards, and Keith Hill attempted to encourage players to get another one?
He had a meltdown afterwards. Yeah, their keeper went. It was Jamie Jones, I think, was on loan, wasn't it?
Basically punched Cody in the face and then
and then there was one after. Was it Andy Cannon?
Yeah, the name rings a bell. Cannon. Yeah, and Keith Hill said he wanted to get another one sent off, so the game was abandoned.
So the game could get called off. But yeah, so that was 3-0 last year. We won the season before that and the season before that, I think. But the other way, the reverse fixture in September was Adrian Pennock's final game in charge. So every cloud.
It could be the perfect game for us, with the home form being what it is and our record against them. It could be just the right time.
Fingers crossed, yeah, because this has been the only thing that's been levelled against Steve is that he's not winning against teams in and around him. But I think I said to you last week, he's still improved it on what what AD and Peter Taylor were doing, because we've only lost one at home under Steve Lovell, so it is frustrating we've not turned a couple of them draws into wins, but it is fine lines. 5 unbeaten again, I think, in the league, so wins Saturday, and I think if results go away, a couple of teams above us, we could be 12th. Nosebleed time. Maidstone might be rearranged again if they don't win their Kent Trophy, FA Trophy game or whatever it is on Saturday.
It's going to become a pre-season friendly.
Keep an eye on that, Gills fans, if you've got tickets for that one. Joe Quigley, ex-Gills loanee, has dropped into the conference, gone to Boreham Wood on loan for the rest of the season. And another game that could be postponed is the home date with Fleetwood on January the 27th if they can see off Leicester in their FA Cup replay. So I see Finn O'Mara, in terms of the youngsters, has extended his loan at Folkestone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Nolan Bowe's gone back to Kingstonian for a second spell, scored on Monday, so that's really good to see. Little bit here about players, and we said this, didn't we, last week, I think it was one of the questions about Pennock recruitment bearing fruit. Assistant coach Mark Patterson hasn't been surprised to see the results improve at Gillingham and believes their predecessors deserve some credit. Players like goalkeeper Thomas Holy, striker Tom Eves and defender Gabriel Zakwani have all impressed of late, and all were signed in the summer by former boss AD Pennock. Well, not all in the summer, that's technically wrong because Thomas was last winter, wasn't he? So, but you get the point. Yeah, and we said that, and there's plenty of others that have come in as well that AD got in, so they don't all work out. But yeah, in terms of recruitment, we said
one that's gone under the radar a bit. It's probably Luke O'Neill.
It's been very good. We probably said he probably had 2 bad games all season just before he got injured against Scunthorpe.
He's played right away along that back four as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played as a left back, right back. He's played as a right-sided centre half, and he's been really good. And he's pitching in with goals as well. He's got 3 now. So, but that sort of sums it up in terms of what's in the newspaper and team prediction. We shall do. Thomas Holy picks himself.
Yeah, I think that whole back 4 plus a keeper do now, don't they?
So we're going O'Neill, Zach, Max, Connor Ogle. Oh no, it might be Bradley Garmston. That'd be the only one. I would still
say Ogilvie and have Garmston on the bench for me.
So it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because of the fact that we've had 2 weeks since the last game.
It's not going to do Ogilvie any good to be in out just to fit around Garmston's fitness.
But do we want to be more offensive at home? That's what's been levelled against us, and Garmston would provide that.
Garmston's not a bad sub to have to come on either.
So we can't decide on that one. The right back, the 2 centre halves, and the keeper were nailed on. I think
centre mid's nailed on as well, isn't it?
Hesse and Burn, unless we get brave at home and he drops one of them for Darren Oldacre. So, yeah, I'll go Burn and Hess. I think he'll stick with that for now. Lee Martin in front.
Left, yeah.
I'd have Lee Martin number 10. I think Parker will start from the left. Tom Eves up front. Waggy comes straight back in on the right hand side.
Providing he's fit, because he's one that you don't want to rush back because he was playing well.
It says here he's fully fit and he's been training well, because he was out warming up at Charlton, wasn't he? So it would indicate that he is fully fit. Right, so we're going to go Thomas Holy, Luke O'Neill, Max Amar, Gabby Zakwani, Connor Ogilvie for Boz because I'm in a good mood, Mark Byrne, Jake Hessenthaler, Lee Martin, Josh Parker, Scott Wagstaff, Tom Eves.
Probably our best 11.
We're getting there, aren't we?
Available 11.
And yeah, you think the only one that might come back into that would be
Garmston.
If Garmston was fully fit, and maybe Billy Bingham. But yeah, so we're getting there. So we're not a million miles away. Right, the next bit. Score
I've
prediction.
got a goal scorer as well this week.
Go on then, I'll let you go.
1-0 to us, and I think Lee Martin's going to score.
1-0 and the skipper. I am going to go 2-0. I don't want to get too excitable, but we do have a decent record against them. I am going to go with Josh Parker and Tom Eaves to be boring. But yes, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets. We will be there Saturday for Match Day Live. Again, another thank you for all the feedback on the Tom Eaves interview. We had really good fun, didn't we? It was brilliant, to be fair. We've said to anyone that sort of messaged us, he comes across really good, really humble, really down to earth, top bloke. And we said it just felt like we was just having a chat with a mate rather than interviewing a footballer, didn't it? It was really, really good fun. We don't have anything else lined up at the moment for those that keep asking. But yeah, well on our way to 650 subscribers now on YouTube, so thank you very much. And we will see you Saturday. But until then, up the Gills.